Hey, what's up everybody, Nexil here. Today we're playing Kingdom Hearts Union Cross, and I'm going to be talking about the Supernova ++ Master Xehanort medal that dropped a few days ago with the release of Kingdom Hearts Dark Road. Now, I know we talked about it a little bit during the live stream, but as always, we are going to do our banner analysis. We'll talk about the medal a little bit, the draw odds, and finally my thoughts and recommendations on whether or not I think you should be pulling for this medal. So first things first, we always want to see when the final day to pull is, and in this case, you have until July 1st to decide if you want to pull. Remember, it's always best to wait until the last day to decide if you want to pull, because then you see everything that's available to you. You'll see any sort of banners that are out, you'll see any avatar boards, any sort of Moogle shop trades that might be available. So you want to wait till that last day and just see everything that's available to you, and then decide what you want to spend your jewels on. Now, this is a particular case because unlike most other banners where we got like 2 weeks to decide, we actually only got like 9 days to decide if you want to pull for the Master Xehanort medal. This banner goes away, Vanitas is going to be gone by July 1st, the Defense Breaker deal is gone by July 1st, so pretty much the only banner that'll be left is KR22's Falling Price deal. So I think that early July, maybe within the first 2 weeks, we're going to see something that you're going to want to pull for, so definitely wait towards that last day. Again, see if that game-breaking medal comes out, and then decide what you want to put your jewels towards. In terms of the banner, it's more or less sort of standard stuff. So it costs 3,000 jewels every single pull. You're going to be getting 3 Kingdom Hearts 3 medals, which are generally going to be either kept because of an awesome special attack or supernova attack. You're going to sell them for draw points, or you're going to use them for sub slots. You also get 1 trait medal with every single pull. You'll also be getting 6 5-star or higher medals, which will generally either be used as sub slots or you're going to sell them for draw points. You also get 10 VIP coins with every single pull. Now, this is important because this banner carries over into July, but any VIP coins that you had or purchased in June expire by the end of the month. So if you have some VIP coins left over from Ansel the Wise, Kingdom Hearts 3 Vanitas, or even from Master Xehanort's banner, make sure you spend them before June 30th because they will expire. They don't carry over to July, so just make sure you spend them. Even if it's on a medal you don't have right now, you might run into that medal later. So even if you don't have Kingdom Hearts 3 Vanitas, just sink the VIP coins on getting it just in case you run into it later. So you get 10 VIP coins with every single pull. You also get 3 magic gems, which again, you don't pull because of the gems, but it's a nice little bonus for the fact that you just spent 3,000 jewels on a pull. Now, here's the real kick in the pants for this banner is that you are guaranteed a copy of Master Xehanort after pulling 10 times. 10 times is a lot of jewels. That is 30,000 jewels just to guarantee yourself 1 copy of Master Xehanort. That means you could have 9 garbage pulls and then just spend 3,000 jewels to get the last one, but at that point you spend 30,000 jewels. That's a lot there. That is 2 5-full Mercy banners. Literally, you can get 2 Kingdom Hearts 3 Vanitases for the price of 1 Supernova ++ Master Xehanort, and that's a lot of jewels, and it really makes this banner weak. The last time I think we saw a 10 Mercy banner was for Dissidia Sephiroth back in November, I believe. And even then, even though he was a good medal back in the day, he's still a pretty decent medal now. It wasn't worth 30,000 jewels. So the fact that it's a 10-full Mercy is already really, really bad. Now let's go ahead and take a look at the medal itself. So this is Supernova ++ Master Xehanort. He's going to be a tier 10 reverse magic medal. Now at this point we've seen 3 decent reverse magic medals, them being the Sorcerer, the Gambler, and now Supernova ++ Master Xehanort. He has a base strength of 49,011, which is pretty good. It's actually, I believe, one of the highest strength medals that we have right now. The average that we've been seeing is about 47,000, but this one is 49,000, so it's plus 2,000 strength higher than our average here. In terms of the base defense, it's 21,591. Nothing special there. Multiplier, nothing special at 20.54. We've seen things that can go as high as a consistent 21 multiplier. So it's in the range, but it's nothing too particularly special. It's got a gauge cost of 3, which is actually pretty good because 3 gauge cost is usually around the high limit of not needing a reduction skill. So not needing an SP reduction skill like attack boost 12 max gauge 0. 3 gauges is very easy to manage. Even with extra attack, 6 gauges is relatively easy to manage with something like a Kingdom Hearts 3 Kyrie A, an HD Xion, or a Kingdom Hearts 3 Naminé. So pretty good there. In terms of the number of hits, it does 1 hit. Now remember, one-hit medals are very good for a lot of different scenarios, one of them being off-hours Lux rating, or if you want to score a few extra bonus points in the high score challenge, or if we've got like a speed contest or something like that. One-hit medals usually get the job done very, very quickly, and that's why they're preferred in a lot of those types of speed contests or things where you can earn extra bonus points. In terms of the special attack, though, unfortunately the special attack and both the supernova attack are more or less sort of vanilla-esque at this point. So what do I mean by that? The special attack, for one turn, it's going to give you self-buffing for reverse magic. That means general is covered, reverse is covered, and magic is covered in terms of the buffs and debuffs. It gives you the maximum limit for both of those. The special thing about Master Xehanort is going to be that base strength increase magic metals plus 8,000. That is the highest that we've seen from a special attack. So remember that Strike Form Sora or Supernova plus Zemnis, those gave plus 6,000, but Master Xehanort comes along, capping it at 8,000, which is really good, with extra attack that's plus 16,000 strength, and that's really, really high. Supernova attacks have a hard time even struggling to get to that point. So to be able to hit 16,000 from just the special attack with extra attack is pretty darn good. Think about if you had copy medals. With a copy medal with extra attack, you can hit 32,000 with just 2 medals alone. That's actually pretty sweet. So self-buffing gives that high base strength to magic medals. It gives special attack bonus plus 220%, which is okay. It's nothing special. Again, remember, we rely on supernova attacks to be able to give us those higher like 300%. In terms of effects, though, this is where this medal really, really falls off, only doing count plus minus 0, which isn't, unfortunately, it's nothing special for reverse medals anymore. We see a lot with things like Deciduous Sephiroth. Kingdom Hearts 3 Vanitas actually gave plus 1. Kingdom Hearts 3 Dark Riku's plus minus 0. So one of the big problems with the reverse medals before is that they would reduce count. However, with all these new reverse medals that do count plus minus 0, that's becoming less and less of a problem. So unfortunately, while it's nice to have it on Master Xehanort, it's nothing particularly special to Master Xehanort alone. Master Xehanort also does nothing else in terms of the special attack. There's no gauge restoration, no next metal conversion, no PvP use whatsoever. So really, the special attack is just a big tanky strike. Same goes for the supernova attack. So a good thing about the supernova attack is that you can proc the buffs and debuffs you need immediately when you choose to. So let's say you're fighting against something like Agula in the Keyblade War, which debuffs you on the 3rd attack. You can just activate Master Xehanort's supernova attack and boom, you are set for reverse magic damage. You get all the buffs back with just the supernova attack. So that's really good to have a special attack that's self-buffing as well as a supernova attack that is self-buffing and takes care of all the buffs and debuffs that you're going to need. In terms of the supernova attack, it gives base strength to all magic metals plus 12,000. Now think about it. We just talked about getting plus 16,000 from the special attack. With the supernova attack, that's plus 28,000 from just one medal. That's a lot of strength. That is literally almost the strength, I believe, of most 7-star tier 2s or tier 3s. It's literally a medal's worth of strength stacked on from just one medal alone, and that's without factoring in for copy medals. It also gives special attack bonus plus 320% as opposed to the regular 300% that we've seen on a lot of tier 10 medals. So overall, there's really just a lot of damage packed into this medal with the high base strength, the high base strength increase with the special attack and the supernova attack. But in terms of versatility or use outside of PvE content, it falls really, really short. Look at the effects tab for both the special attack and the supernova attack. There's nothing going on there. No next metal conversion, no defense boost piercing, no count increase, no sort of healing whatsoever. So this metal is really just a huge damage metal. And remember what I say about damage metals, they get very easily and very readily replaced by something with just a higher number. Think about it. About a month or a month and a half ago, we thought that supernova attacks that gave plus 10,000 metal strength was amazing. We thought it was the best because it was a very high amount of strength with just one metal. Now here we are about a month later, and now we have a medal that gives plus 12,000, so plus 2,000 more than what we thought was a high limit. So remember, damage gets very easily replaced because it's just one high number beating out another number. So what are my thoughts and recommendations? First of all, the draw odds are nothing special. If you can't mercy the medal, if you don't want to pull those 10 times, if you can only pull like 3-4 times, don't pull for it. No mercy means don't pull. But what do I think about the medal itself? It's a skip. It's a huge skip for a lot of different reasons. One, a 10 pull mercy is ridiculous. 30,000 jewels for one medal, that medal has to be super game breaking. And like I was saying with Master Xehanort, it's just a big tanky medal. It doesn't really provide you any sort of utility. So let's think about a medal like Kingdom Hearts 3 Elsa, who's survived pretty much since October. Elsa survived because she's got the magic metal reflection, PvP utility, next metal conversion into magic, being able to fix for those slot multipliers is really, really good. Master Xehanort doesn't come with anything really, and that just makes it really bad in terms of versatility. So you spend a crazy ton of jewels for a medal that's just a big tanky medal. The only way I could see this medal surviving in the long run is if the game developers choose to not have any medals that have 49,000 strength, or give that base medal increase plus 8,000 to all magic medals. Unless we see no other medals that give those high numbers, this medal is definitely going to get outclassed by something stronger. So it's a lot of jewels. It's unfortunately a very mediocre medal. And then something that I just wanted to kind of draw up here, just to kind of illustrate that damage really gets replaced very, very easily, or it doesn't survive very long. So I made this little tiny graph, or this little tiny chart, whatever you want to call it, pretty much displaying the numbers comparing Supernova ++ Master Xehanort to Kingdom Hearts 3 Dark Riku when Dark Riku gets that 50% critical hit chance. So when we look at the strength, Master Xehanort is stronger, clocking at about 14,000 strength more. So this factors in for the special attack, it factors in for extra attack, it factors in for the Supernova attack, and then for Dark Riku, it factors in for the turn 2 buffing. So even at turn 2, Master Xehanort still has about 14,000 more strength than Dark Riku. However, that multiplier makes a huge difference. So Dark Riku 50% of the time hits a 25.27 multiplier. And when you look at the total damage out of all of that, Dark Riku actually hits a little bit more than Master Xehanort. Granted, looking at it now, I didn't factor in for the Supernova attack, which would put Master Xehanort slightly higher than Dark Riku. But the idea is that Dark Riku has more utility than just PvE content. Dark Riku is a fantastic PvP medal. He's also reverse green, which fits in a lot of good slots. One of the big problems with Master Xehanort is that he's a reverse magic slot, and there aren't a lot of reverse magic slots. I believe outside of the monocolored Keyblades, I think reverse magic only shows up twice. It shows up once in Fairy Stars, and I believe, I forgot what the other one is truthfully, but reverse magic is a pretty weak slot and doesn't see a lot of action. So the fact that it is limited more or less to the Diamond Dust or Counterpoint or something like that makes him less versatile. So it's expensive, less versatile, not many effects going off. Master Xehanort, in my opinion, is a very easy skip, especially since, again, I think something's coming around the corner on the first week of July. So realistically, I don't advise anybody pull for this. It could be good as like a reverse magic staple, but when you think about that jewel cost, 30,000 jewels, you could get a reverse magic staple and then a staple of another attribute you need. Or you can get a reverse magic staple and then a copy medal that you might need. So the fact that it's just a mediocre medal, not really a lot of effects, just a big tanky medal, means that it's an easy skip. For me, I think the best medals have great utility. They have great use where you can be crafty, kind of figure your way around things. They like affect the count in some sort of strange way. But realistically, Master Xehanort is just a big tanky medal, and damage gets very, very easily power crept by more damage. So this is going to be a big skip for me. I recommend nobody pull for this, and again, just save your jewels for the next big thing, which I expect to come again in July. We've seen a lot of medals that are self-buffing, so I think there's going to be something going on with the buff cap, or they're going to add some sort of new type of attribute. So we have general, upright, reverse magic, speed, and power. They might add a seventh one. I'm not really sure, but there's something coming. There's something coming. All these medals are really, really strong in terms of buffs and debuffs, so maybe they're going to do something with the buffs and debuffs. So that's my recommendation. Don't pull on Master Xehanort. It's too expensive and the medal's not so great. As always, if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, please feel free to leave them down in the comments below, and I'd be happy to answer when I have the time. If you'd like to join my Discord for some off-hours help, I also post my video notes as well as these medal templates. Let me go ahead and pull that up again. So I post my notes that I use for this video as well as this template in my Discord, usually about a day or 2 days before the actual video goes live. So if you want to see this, get a little sneak peek, definitely join my Discord and check out those notes. But that's all for now. Thank you all so much for watching, and as always, until next time, take it easy.